I decided I really needed to work on myself, and after a year of seeing clients, I decided I needed to have a break from it, because the only way I was going to move forward with my life was if I went to work on myself. If I really dig down deep and really let these things come out, I knew that if I looked at it, it was going to be like opening a can of worms. But I just thought the only way I'm going to be free is if I try and take off some of these chains. And the only way I can take off the chains is if I go and look at the pain. So I worked with a few coaches, but I finally kept finding myself drawing myself back to Joe. And I knew that the only person that was going to be able to help me to deal with my emotions was Joe, because Joe had the same story, or a similar story, not the same one, a similar story to me. And when I first started working with Joe, I was very, very needy. I used to message her all the time. I would panic a lot and call her constantly. And I was very, just like a baby, I would say, like trying to learn new things whilst talking about this stuff at the same time was like really, really scary. And I felt very insecure. And it did actually, for a little while, cause some problems in my relationship with my partner. But he, thankfully to him, he understood, and he was going through his own stuff as well. And he paid for me to have private coaching with Joe. And he paid for it all up front so I could have 6 months coaching with her. And we just worked through it together. And little by little, I started releasing all of these emotions like anger and sadness and fear, and the hurt and the guilt. And I talked about everything. I talked about everything that had ever gone on with me. And I started feeling better. I started getting more confidence in myself. I started speaking at events. I started getting some team members in my business, in my online business. All these things started changing for me. And I started building a team, and I never had a team before in my business. I was, and I thought, what, this stuff's all happening because I'm letting all of these negative emotions go. I'm letting all of these limiting beliefs go. I'm letting all of this past, this trauma, these feelings, these thoughts, this guilt, this shame go. And it was such a nice feeling to be able to work through that. In the beginning, it was messy, and it was scary, and it was horrible, and it made me sick, and I would cough a lot, and I couldn't find my words, or I would cry. But finally, I started stopping and doing those things, and giving myself some self-care and giving myself some self-love. And I'm proud to say I have built a huge business in my online business. I've got 2 businesses, and I really, really want to empower women all around the world to overcome their mental blocks and achieve success in their life. And if I can just help one person find voice, then I will be extremely happy and my work will be done.